Hello and welcome to the Narc Alert, the channel where we look at YouTubers and others to see if they demonstrate any traits that fall within the spectrum of narcissistic personality disorder or NPD. These videos are for fun and entertainment purposes only, strictly my opinion, and remember, please don't send any snark to our possible narcs. So key points to remember: messy fun and not a diagnosis. Hello my lovely alerts and happy Friday. It's premiere night. We're going to do something a little different tonight because I tell you, our girl Amber, she's just not being very problematic. Good for her. But as long as she's going to keep up this positive behavior, and we applaud her for that, there's not a whole lot to say about her in a Narc Alert. But you notice I have my apron on, because we can still talk about her cooking. So tonight, to quote our girl, we're going to look at a highly requested video, which is a reaction and a recreation of the very famous AMBERLYNNS chili. Uncle Tim wants chili for brunch tomorrow, so I thought, why not? Let's jump in. Alright, I've queued it up to the cooking part. I don't know about what she says in the beginning, but let's have a look-see at the chili concoction Amber's got for us tonight.
Cool. Super cold. So I'm about to make some chili, and I wanted to show you guys everything that I'm going to put in it. So Becky is going to help me. She's going to be the little...
Right off the get, she got a whole lot more in there than I got in mine. Now, mind you, she's cooking for 10, and I'm only cooking for 2. But
recorder. So I'm going to show you everything you need for this. Again, everyone's chili is different.
It's true.
I like to wing things. That's how I've always been. So all you need is one.
I'm going to say again for the record, I'm not shaming her chili. Chili is something that everybody does make differently, and you can make it however the heck you want. If she loves her chili, then power to her to make her chili. But again, I'm going to say, as a trained chef, there are certain standards to cooking, and that's what we're going to look at. I'm not food shaming her. Don't come at me.
Big pot, because this is a one-potter.
Make sure that it has 2 hands, because that one broke off.
Yeah, make
Not
sure.
handles.
I don't even know if I'm going to use this one. This is just demonstration. There's another one just like this that has 2 handles. But, okay. So the first thing you need, chili mix, obviously. I like to use chicken broth, low sodium, for the liquids, if you will. So
if you will.
I'm going to be using ground turkey instead of hamburger. For the beans, I wanted it to be kind of beany. The last time I did this, I only used 2 cans of beans. So this time I'm going to use 3. I have 2 dark kidney beans. I'm going to use 1 black bean.
Okay.
We also have some 100% tomato juice. I do not use all of this because I feel like you just do not need all of this. I use maybe half. And then I got some...
I forgot this is back in the tomato juice phase. Where tomato juice, she uses juice instead of canned tomatoes. It's so odd, but anyway.
Diced tomatoes to put in as well. So this is the part where people are going to be like, really? This isn't chili. Which
really?
Maybe it's not. I'm going to be adding big chunks of onion, so it's easier for Becky to take out. I'm going to be adding some mushroom for some veggie and some zucchini. I don't know if I'm actually going to use this whole zucchini, but we will see. So for the seasoning...
I'm not going to shame her about that because I'll tell you, I often put mushroom and zucchini in my chili. I'm not doing it tonight. Tonight we're going to be a bit purist. But I put those veg in there too. So far, so good.
We're going to use a little bit of table blend, Mrs. Dash. A little bit of original blend, Mrs. Dash. A little bit of onion and herb, Mrs. Dash. A little bit of garlic and herb.
Oh, stop it now. Stop
Mrs.
that.
Dash is great because they're all sodium.
Stop. No, it's not great. It's just so many flavors. Like Mrs. Dash, as far as I know, is like an amalgamation of a bunch of spices to help you to not use salt. It adds flavor to your food, which is great. But it's all got... It's going to muddy the flavor. Like, it's got everything. Oh.
Free. And then we're going to use a little bit of black pepper.
Frustrates
and
me.
Obviously, the staples, I feel like, in most chilies, we're going to use cumin. And we're going to use cayenne pepper. So I will show you the final product when this is all finished. Thank you, camera lady.
You're welcome.
Alright, let's do this thing. So I forgot to share this little tidbit. When I make anything with beans,
Chef
I
Lynn's
always rinse them. So I put them in a strainer, like so, and then I'll run cold water on them.
We've had this discussion on this channel before about straining the beans. Now, there is nothing inherently wrong with straining and rinsing the beans, but in something like chili, where I like that extra, it's just water and sodium and starch from the beans. There's nothing wrong with that good beany juice, but, you know, there's nothing wrong, I guess, with washing them, except, you know, taking away that extra flavor.
Until they're all rinsed, which I'm sure everyone knows to do that. I just feel like all that goopy, nasty stuff in the cans, okay, is just
It's not
goopy and
nasty stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I have the chili cooking right now, but the funniest thing is happening.
She
In
didn't
the
show
comments,
us.
several people are like, "Oh, are you trying to hide everything you got at the grocery store?" Yesterday, Destiny and Dana actually came with us to the grocery store.
She didn't show us
and
making the
we were
chili.
in a rush because we wanted to come home, hang out, and I didn't do a grocery haul. Like, I just figured I'm hanging out with my friends. So now that I'm not really busy, just chili is cooking on the stove, figured I'd show you everything I got. I got another thing of baby spinach, a bigger pack of mushrooms because I'm hoping that'll last longer, orange bell pepper, yellow bell pepper, red bell pepper, some broccoli.
I like these groceries.
I got 3 zucchinis. That's what's in here, but I used 1 today, so now I only have 2. So
Honestly, that looks like my groceries. That looks like all the groceries I buy.
that's everything I got there.
Excuse me.
I also got this. I've had this one at a time. Super green with spinach, zucchini, broccoli, parsley, and kale. 3 servings of vegetables per 3.5 ounces, but we only eat 2 ounces each. And I put it in my little
Sure.
handy dandy container. I just love this so much. I
That's-
got some Cliff Bars. These are for days when
That pasta is beautiful. It looks black. You could make some pretty dishes with that.
I don't feel like having a smoothie or anything. I know a lot of people say you only need that if you exercise. Well, thankfully I do. I do.
Oh, she does.
And
She Guys, she
the other
exercises.
stuff we got, this is what we got
The elliptical is her jam.
a while ago, as you guys can tell. Some of it's eaten out of. I got this herbs and potatoes blend for a complex carb, excuse me. I got another thing of healthy multigrain thins. This is for when we have veggie patties. 2 things of couscous, toasted pine nut, and this one's a Parmesan. So, let's see. That's what I got in there.
Good looking groceries, so I gotta say.
Yesterday. Oh yeah. I also got
Oh,
a
this
sweet
was-
potato for Becky.
This was the random potato in the cupboard with the dishes. This is so odd.
And just a regular baked potato for me.
And I don't know if that's a U.S. thing, but sometimes we get those, like 4 baked potatoes on a tray covered in foil, ready to go in the oven. But in my whole life, I've never seen individually plastic wrapped potatoes and sweet potatoes. You know, food has its own wrapping. It's got skin on it. That's really weird. What a waste of plastic. That's craziness.
Throw this away. And in here, we both got a Halo top. Oops.
So much
We
food.
got some broccoli and cheese, veg.
You know, I bought those broccoli and cheese tots because I thought the concept sounded great and they looked yummy, and I hated them. I hated them. Maybe if they're deep fried, they'd be good, but that kind of counters the point of having them. I don't know. I didn't like them. I don't know if you guys have tried them.
I think that's all we got, honestly. But yeah, the reason why I didn't film it is because I was with my friends. It was weird. I don't know. I just figured, okay, I can show you guys today. So this is how the chili is going.
Let's go. Oh my god.
There's a lot more onion than I thought, but the reason
I did. That was completely honest. My god. Can we just? I have no words.
I just figured, okay, I can show you guys today. So this is how the chili is going.
It's not. It's all. It's not cooking together. Like, she didn't put any tomato paste, and because she rinses that goopy stuff off the beans, there's added starch. There's nothing in there to kind of make it all come together like chili instead of just random huge chunks of food floating in tomato juice. This is sad. Sad.
There is a lot more onion than I thought, but
And on
the
high,
reason why I cut it in like big chunks like this, Becky said that's cool so she can like pick it out because all her family cooks with onion too. So she's used to doing that. But I haven't had onion in a while because Becky does not like onion, so
I'll give her props for doing that. I think that's pretty considerate if that's how they've worked out things, and Becky doesn't like onion. But I still maintain if you cut that onion really fine, Becky wouldn't even know the onion was in there.
I don't cook with it, but she's like, you know what, baby, you can cook with it. And I'm like, cool, thanks. So I just made it a little bit easier for her. So there it is, finished. Looks super good.
What?
Becky,
What's this? What is this? What are these things? Oh, maybe those are big chunks of onion? It looks like cabbage. It looks like from like a cabbage roll that fell apart. Maybe that's her peppers?
he picked out some of her onions, gave them to me.
Oh,
as you
it
can
is the
tell, but
onions. If I would have let it play, I would have found
there
that
you
out.
go. And this is a half a serving of cheese. Mexican cheese.
So I know I probably look like complete crap right now.
All right. So that she wasn't very informative, but I think that maybe we can try and figure it out. Let's go to the kitchen and try and make some chili. Okay, we're here in the kitchen, and I'm starving. And I kind of wasn't supposed to eat this chili tonight because it's for tomorrow's brunch. I can't guarantee that's not going to happen. Oh, look, you can see the whole setup over there. That's where Merc lives. Anyway, let's make some chili. Okay, so here's my little collection of ingredients. Salt, pepper, there's celery seed there because I just put it in almost everything, to be honest. I've got some cumin, I just bought some new chili powder, so it's this chili organic. Now, crushed tomatoes, tomato paste, and black beans, garlic, onions, and ground beef. Okay, you can hear the sirens, so you know you're at Merc's place. I wanted to show you something that I've never had before. I hate buying tomato paste because you use like a couple tablespoons and you put it in the fridge and it goes moldy. I just don't use it enough because I live alone and I'm cooking for one. So I found this, it's concentrated tomato paste. It says Italian tomatoes, but it comes in a tube. How brilliant is that? Like, it'll keep better, right? So this is the dealio right here, in a tube. So this might be a life-changing tomato paste for me. Just wanted to share that with you. Okay, you guys don't even know, but there was a slight intermission because I started and realized I was out of onions. I had to go to the store and get some onion. So, can I tell you that it's 0 Celsius, 32 Fahrenheit. It's cold. All right, poop or flatulent bun because it's not really enough hair to be a poop bun. Okay, hair's tied back. Oh look, I have the wrong glasses on. So I went and I bought a white onion and I got some green onions and they had some muscat, or sometimes they're called muscatel grapes, which you don't see very often, but they're, oh my gosh, they're so good. So let's try that. They're so sweet. They're kind of perfumey like a papaya. They're unlike any grape I've ever had. Muscat or muscatel. So yummy. Let me just pick these seeds out. Okay. Now let's cook some chili. All right, while our pan is getting hot, we're going to cut the onion. So remember, we've done this before. For the amount of meat I'm using, I'm probably only going to use a half an onion. So should we do a quick, for those of you who didn't see it the first time, how to cut an onion by Merck. So your onion already has all this stuff in it already, right? So we slice it, but not all the way through. You want to keep it attached at the root. So slice it in however size you want your onions to be. Then we're going to slice it again this way. Then we're going to slice it this way, and now we've got all lovely diced onion the same size. See how I hold the onion here at the end? So I'll never cut my fingers off. If you kind of grip it with your nails, it's a little awkward, but you get used to it. And then the end bits, you know, just make it work. Hashtag not a butter knife. Victorinox utility knife. Okay, and that onion is strong. Woo, that be strong onion. Okay, I think our pan is good and hot, so we're going to start with, of course, our onions. I'm not even using the full half an onion. And we're going to let that simmer down. A little bit of salt, a little bit of black pepper, I put in a little bit of celery salt. You don't have to. You can put celery, or you don't have to put anything at all. I also like to add some of my spices now and let them cook out a little bit in the heat in the early stages of the process. So let's add some of our chili powder now. Oh, Mr. Man is here. This is cumin. Okay. Rio has developed this new fun habit of standing at the door and yelling. Because he knows the neighbors with the big dogs have moved away, so he's king of the hall now. And I'm trying to instill upon him that screaming at the door is never going to work out for him. Right, Rio? It's never going to work out for you, Bo. All right, our onions are finally starting to get a little bit of soft and wilty. And so now we'll add some garlic. You don't want that garlic to burn. You can throw your beef in really quickly at this point, or you can just deglaze with a little liquid. I'm just going to throw a little lime juice in there. All right, so now the beef. Which I actually pre-seasoned with a little bit of salt and pepper. You know, broke it up, pre-seasoned it. I don't know if that's necessary. Certainly never did that in a restaurant, but Well, maybe if we're making burgers. Okay. Yes, Mr. Man. Mr. Man. Now, I'm going to add some more chili powder. I honestly don't think you can add too much chili powder. And I'm a big cumin fan, so I'm going to add a little bit more cumin. Some of our nice flaked smoked sea salt. A little bit more pepper. And we're going to let that beef cook out for a bit, and we'll be back. Okay, our ground beef is browning. And at this point, we're going to add just the tiniest amount of sugar. I would say for a pound of ground beef, maybe a teaspoon. I would recommend brown sugar, but I just didn't have it handy. Oh, hello. Hello. And I like to add a little cocoa powder. It adds a little depth of flavor. Again, maybe a teaspoon of cocoa powder. Now let's give that a good stir up. We're going to toss in some tomato puree. I just used about 1/3 of a can. We're going to toss in some black beans, and I ain't rinsing them, honey, I'm sorry. I'm just going to scoop them right out with all that gooey, snotty goodness. And again, I can add more later if I want. I just want to see what we got going on here first. For me, that's enough beans. At this point, you can add in some beef stock if you like. Chicken or turkey stock if you're working with ground turkey. I'm going to add some canned, diced tomatoes and the juice from that instead of stock. And we'll give that a stir around. That loosens everything up quite a bit. And then we're going to try this magical new tomato paste, this fancy tubed tomato paste that I'm so enamored with right now. And I think just a little squeeze of that is probably sufficient. And at this point, we're going to stir everything up and give a little taste test to adjust the seasonings. You'll notice I didn't put anything spicy in there because I am a big wimp. But I have some canned chipotle that I might add. Never use your finger to taste. You should always have a tasting spoon. Okay, this definitely needs some more salt. So let's throw some more salt in there. I think it could use some more chili. So we'll throw some of that in there. Just for fun, I know a lot of people use smoked paprika, and I often use it myself. But I have this, so I thought I might just add a couple drops of liquid smoke to make it a little smoky. Now I'm scared of this, it's very strong, so I'm just going to try 2 drops on a spoon first. Okay, don't get carried away. So to this, we're going to finish it with some fresh cilantro. But of course, dried herbs at the end. Dried herbs in the beginning for long cooking. Fresh herbs go at the end, just to finish. So that's our chili, and we're going to let that sucker simmer. I mean, for a good half an hour. Or longer. And I'll come back and show you the plated finished presentation. Okay, here's our finished chili. And here's a little plate I made for myself for dinner. I whipped up a little tomato salad. It's just red onions, lime juice, olive oil, and a bit of cilantro. Got some little thin, I'm going to do the pointy thing. Got some little thin chips on the side, and this is our chili. I finished it with some smoked cheddar cheese, and this is exceptionally thick sour cream. It's 18% sour cream. It's thick and delicious. And a bit of cilantro. And sometimes I like to use a little, this is called Lozano. It's from Costa Rica, and I use it quite often, but I didn't really include it because it's probably not that easy to get. All right, folks, there you have it. Merck's version of chili. Now, you know what? I gotta sit down and eat because I'm starving. And somebody needs some attention. I'm sorry, no narc alert tonight. I hope this was okay. If you need to catch up on some narc content, we uploaded a Tiger King video in the middle of the night last night. Go check that out. Thank you so much for checking around, hanging around. Don't forget to click like if you like. I would love it if you subscribe or get a membership. We're going to start doing some more regular member live streams. And I guess that's about it. Go check out TNA too. Until next time, be kind and hasta luego.